Welcome everyone to our beautiful sacred pause for Samhain. I can't tell you how many years I called it Samhain. Being a phonics girl, what else would you call it? But being Celtic, the word is Samhain. So here we are over in October for us, which of course means that Rita is celebrating Beltane. Samhain, this pause is actually the beginning of the wheel. So we are in the first pause of the new year as far as our sacred pauses go. And we have a lot of cultural pieces around it. So let's open our circle and then we will go a little bit deeper in it. And then we're going to have a vision walk that I'm really excited about what's going to come forth from it. So taking a nice, beautiful, deep breath in, allowing your energy to come, return to your body, feeling yourself grounding into the earth. As you continue to breathe deeply in and just allowing yourself to sink down into your body. And as we're grounding here, we're going to call in all of our guides, all those who love us unconditionally, and our sisters in the circle. May we, as we gather here together, becoming one as sisters of the Sophia Temple, may our love for each other, our love for ourselves, may it flow out and ripple, taking love across the entire world. As we're sinking in to celebrate one of Mother Nature's, Grandmother Moon's pauses, as the earth literally takes a breath, shifting into the next season. Beautiful. So culturally for us, we know Samhain as Halloween. And with all of the pauses, with the exception of the equinoxes and the solstices, they begin in the evening. So that's why we usually, everything's October 31st for Halloween. But I was really moved and guided as we go deeper and deeper into following the energy that instead of celebrating our temple on the 31st, that it would be even stronger if we wait until today when we are literally in the energy of Samhain. So these festivals run from sundown to sundown. Now, we've heard about this throughout all of history. The churches, this today is considered All Saints Day. Some of them it's All Souls Day. Many cultures, it's the Day of the Dead. And we have, and then of course, all of that kind of fundles into the Halloween thing. Jack-o'-lanterns, back in the day when people lived more by suspicion, suspicion is not the right word, fear, fear-mongering, jack-o'-lanterns were literally created and set outside the home as somewhere for wandering spirits to be during this time period so they didn't come into the home. Ugh. Anywho, uh, now whether that actually helped or not, I don't know. And of course, today people just carve pumpkins because they're cute, yada, yada, yada. But it is entirely possible that wandering spirits wandered into them, during this time frame. But for us, the bigger piece of this is it is the time, the veil, which it is at every pause, but especially this one, the veil between us living humans and humans who are now spirit again is very, very, very thin. It's nothing to really be afraid of. It's just knowing and understanding this. So, where I'm guided to take us today is with this idea of honoring our ancestors, honoring those on whose shoulders we literally stand, honoring those whose blood we carry. Even if somewhere along this line there were adoptions, we still carry that bloodline. Something interesting about adoption in the Hebrew culture, which we know of as the Bible and the Jews, and then, Christianity using the same text, an adopted child could never be disinherited. You could legally disinherit your own children, but if you adopted someone, you could never disinherit them. Oh, I get goosebumps. Whew, so something about that. That was a provision from spirit. And also to look at, as we're here, and I know, all of our histories, we've been adopted and allowed ourselves to be adopted and adopted other people into new families. We've created our own families. Many people, y'all know my theory of your birth family is the train you rode to get here on, and you may get off at any point. And many of us have chosen to step off the train, step out of the drama, and just let the train move on. And now we've surrounded ourselves with our own people. But here today, we are looking really at going even further back. I was leading the Gratitude Slam today, and we were working with this a little bit. Most of them have probably never heard of Samhain, and so now I've thrown a wrench into their monkey works. But it was this idea of being grateful. And today, the ancestors that I am just feeling so close to are my ancient Celtic maternal grandmother and my Cherokee Indian paternal grandmother. And of course, I know nothing about them except what I've been given in visions and during different types of work I've done. But I feel their energy. I can feel them surrounding me today. They were both, in their day, healers in their community and in their family. And they have told me before that they are thrilled that I have accepted this role in my lifetime. And so I'm inviting you to feel into the ancestors that you're being called to honor today, whose shoulders you stand on, whose lives were not perfect, but they persevered. And then secondly, during this time, not necessarily this hour we're here together, but during the pause, consider if there are masks that you are wearing that were handed down or created by your history. Whether that's, the way back ancestral, whether that is just the parental, or all of us have lived long enough to have created our own history. Whether this mask we created as children or young people or young adults or even our mid years. What masks have we created that are hiding our authentic selves? Maybe they were 100% necessary at some point, but are they necessary now? One of the women today recognized that her ancestors were overloaded with tolerating inconvenience and poverty. And that was a mask that she was still wearing, of just tolerating things in her life that, yeah, no. And so she was willing to lay that mask down. During our walk today, we will do our little setup, and the question that Spirit wants to answer for you today will, of course, come to you. And also looking at perhaps, could the question be, what mask would serve me the most if I let it go so that I can shine even brighter? That's going to be the one I ask. So just feeling into it, feeling into whether or not that feels like an appropriate use of your time. I have put on the screen some other sample questions for our beautiful fall walk today. Just suggestions, and then allowing your mind to come up with the one that is right for you today. So taking another deep breath in and releasing it with a sigh. Just allowing your shoulders to relax. And allowing yourself to become more fully present here. Knowing that all of the wisdom of the past, the present moment, and your future is contained within your authentic self. This vision walk is a way to get the ego self out of the way and the mind with all of its thoughts out of the way, and to reconnect with this authentic you. And the main purpose of our walk is not to answer questions or solve problems. It is really to get you in touch with your deeper being. So each time that we do a walk, which is the reason we have scheduled them for our pauses, you do get a little better acquainted with the quality of your inner voice, and you learn a little more about how to live an authentic life. So you know that during our meditation, you will get clear on your question. You're invited to pick one question and stay with that one. It can be any question, specific, open-ended, yes or no. Just make sure it's a question that's important to you today. And keep the question as simple as possible, shorter the better. And you know how to do this. Pay attention to how you frame it. If you frame your question in the positive, such as, how can I succeed? Rather than, why can't I succeed? You're going to get a much better answer. So I'm going to invite you to have a timer handy. We'll set it for 30 minutes before we begin our walk. That way you don't have to think about, wait, I need to get back. Knowing that we will probably only walk, 5 to 20 minutes. But if you get lost in the walk until your timer goes off, that's perfectly fine. Just simply return here. So taking again a deep breath and relaxing as you let it go. And another beautiful deep breath in and out. See and feel the light of your spirit as a luminous egg. It's shimmering silvery gold, extending out about a foot beyond your physical form. It's protecting and soothing you, bathing your body in this light, the light of the real you. This luminous egg is fed by the light of the sun and the spirit that moves through all things. And as you inhale your next breath, breathe in this light that surrounds your body. Feel the silvery gold light enter your lungs and move into your bloodstream. Feel it as it rushes to your heart, as it's pumped into the arteries and the capillaries that feed your physical body. Let this light penetrate and permeate each and every organ, bone, and muscle, each and every cell of your body. And as you breathe in, allow yourself to be nourished by the light. As you breathe out, release any cares about the past or the future, any sense of worry or concern, any darkness or fear. So breathe in the wonderful, renewing, rejuvenating life force. And exhale out all that does not need to remain. And allow yourself, as you're breathing in and out, to sink down, down, down into the ocean of your own deeper consciousness. Finding yourself completely relaxed and in a deep state of inner peace. Now imagine that you're in a control room. The control room is filled with all sorts of communication. There's phones and computers, blinking lights. There are lots of people typing, talking on those phones and rushing to and fro, delivering messages. Just take a moment to observe the space. Feel the amazing energy and activity here. This is the control room of your mind, and it's time to turn it off. The main power switch is right over there on the wall next to the elevator. Walk over to the power switch. Very good. Now reach up with one hand, grab hold of the switch, and pull it down. Watch the power go off in the control room. The lights dim and go out. The computer screens go blank. People slump at their desks. All activity ceases. With the exception of a few blinking lights, it's dark now, and your mind is completely quiet. You don't need your mind for this exercise, but it will still take care of your body while you're gone. Now, right next to the power switch is an elevator with its door open. So move over to the elevator and step inside. Good. You're going to take the elevator down several floors. So push the heart-shaped button on the console, the one that says heart chamber. That's it. And you're going down, down into the heart chamber. Down, down, down. Good. You're gently descending into a space where you are always connected to your true, authentic self, the real you. You're about to enter a very special room, a place of infinite peace and joy, a place of unbounded creativity and wisdom. You can already feel the energy of this wondrous space emanating from the chamber as the elevator comes to a gentle stop. Now the elevator doors open, and you find yourself rejoicing as you step slowly into your heart chamber. You feel bathed in peace and love. And allow yourself to feel the deep joy of this homecoming. Now walk deeper into this space of truth and take your time. Notice what the chamber looks like. Notice how it feels. Allow yourself to absorb its wonderful energy. This is the core of your being, the heart of the real you. Take another moment to savor this room. Feel your intimate connection to the earth and all creation, to plants and animals, planets and stars. Feel your oneness with and deep love for all humanity. Now look and notice there are portals to the past and the future. Gaze at these magical doorways that give you access to all of the wisdom of the universe. Now look toward the middle of your heart chamber. In the very center is a plush reclining couch, perfectly formed to fit your body. Glide over and take a closer look. Notice the color, the shape, the texture of this couch. Reach out and feel its softness. Now sitting back in the couch, just sink into it and observe your chamber all around you. Never have you felt so deeply peaceful and restful. As you lie back on the couch, totally relaxed, close your eyes and allow yourself to formulate your question. And keep it short and simple. This is the question that is most important to you, the question you most want to answer right now. You know what it is. If you imagine that you have forgotten, just relax even more and it will come to you. During the next few minutes, allow that question to become part of you. Focus on your question and nothing else. Dwell on it. Feel your question. Repeat it over and over in your mind like a mantra. Allow it to permeate your whole body. Allow it to seep into each and every cell. Allow yourself to become one with your question. We're going to take 2 to 3 minutes in silence to allow you the time and the space to do this. Okay, now that your question is very clear, and now that it is contained within your entire body, begin to draw the energy of the question into your lung area. With each in-breath, see and feel the energy of your question pulling in from your extremities and compacting into your lungs. It's coming in now from your fingers and your toes, from arms and legs, from head, chest, abdomen. The energy of your question pulls in, gathering until it compacts into a ball in air in the center of your lungs. Just notice the color and the shape of this ball that is your question. Notice how it spins as it draws more energy into itself. Keep drawing it in until all of the energy of your question is contained within this ball in the center of your lungs. Now all the energy of your question is inside of your lungs. And imagine that you're holding there in the fingers of one hand a deflated balloon. Just notice its color. It's flat, deflated balloon. Feel the rubbery texture of it there in your fingers. When you're ready, lift the balloon to your lips and blow the energy of your question into it. That's right. Just blow up that balloon. The energy of your question is leaving your lungs and filling the balloon with helium. Feel it going out and watch the balloon expand as you blow. 3 or 4 good breaths should do it. Good. Now the balloon is fully inflated and all the energy of your question is inside. And already you can feel this balloon straining to lift to the sky. But hold on to it for a moment more. Now tie a knot in the balloon before you let it go. Feeling the texture of the balloon in your hands. Hearing the rubbery, hollow sound of your fingers scraping across this fully inflated balloon. Now imagine some colorful streamers are attached to the balloon, so it will be even more visible as it rises in the air. Oh, your balloon is straining to take off now. But before you let it go, notice that your question is written clearly on the side in big, bold letters. Now, at last, hold your decorated balloon aloft in your fingers and let it go. There it goes. Look up into the sky. Watch it sail away, up, up, up. It's bobbing and sailing on the wind now, up into the clouds. It's getting smaller now, smaller and smaller, rising into the clear blue sky. The writing on your balloon is barely visible now, getting smaller and smaller. Now the balloon becomes a dot and it disappears. At last, your question has been released. You have surrendered your question to Spirit. It has been sent and received by Source, where all questions are immediately answered. It's as easy as ask and receive. The answer to your question has already been sent. All you have to do is find it. This is the fun part. So in a moment, you're going to open your eyes and listen to your heart. If it tells you to meditate, stay where you are and meditate. If it tells you to walk outside, then walk outside. If it tells you to wander, maybe even wander around your house, wander around your house, doing whatever your heart leads. And as you wander, just glide around. Walk as though you're floating in a dream. Be very relaxed, but attentive to the things around you. You will receive your answer in a way that is just right for you. It will be given in something you see, hear, smell, taste, touch, maybe even something you feel or do. Don't prejudge how the answer comes. It will be very specific and it will be clear and unmistakable. Now open your eyes and prepare to begin your walk. Your walk will last for 5 to 20 minutes, but no longer than 30. When you get your answer, take a moment to savor it. Feel the magic and the wonder of the process. Appreciate the wisdom of the real, authentic you. The no self that is unbounded by space, time, or limitations. And then open your heart in gratitude. Return to your space here. Journal about your experience with the prompts that will be waiting for you. And after you completely gather your experience, share in the chat that you're complete. When everyone is ready, those who wish to can share their experience. So let's begin. Start your timer, follow your heart, and enjoy your walk. Beautiful, beautiful. Welcome, Rita. All right, let me get all this turned off so we can share. Woo. How was it for everyone? We're so glad you're here. I don't know if the time got off and crazy, or we didn't change ours yet. We're going to change it next week. Who wants to share?
I can.
Okay.
I went on a virtual walk.
Yep.
And it was incredible when my question was, what do I need to know? No, what do I need? Just what do I need? And what I got was that I am letting go of this mask or identity of not having needs.
Woo!
Huge.
Yes. Woo!
And then while I was, of course, trying to figure out what do I need, I noticed that I was getting impatient. So I was guided to do some tapping. So I did tapping on letting go of I just did tapping on like being impatient. And so after I did a little bit of tapping, then it was like, be patient and wait for answers. Let go of impatience. Let go of trying to figure it all out. Let go of guessing. Wait until you're inspired was another message I got. Keep asking questions. The answers will come. Powerful.
Oh, that feels so delicious. Kathleen, how about you?
Well, long before we went on the walk, I started getting inspiration and taking notes. And I don't think you can see it because I have the thing blurred, but let's see here. Well, anyway, notes, diagrams, all this stuff for what is Coachable Life, my business moving forward. And so I got all that done, and then I saw that Rita came, and you put in there that what our walk was supposed to be about. What mask? And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. So so I went back and I was and it really got hit hard. Raj, you know how hard the Phoenix in the human design hit me and how angry I have been about that. That I'm continually building up just to have it all go away, and that is like this human design aspect of me. And I'm like, why? And I've decided that the mask I need to let go of, that I'm ready to let go of, is that anyone, any design, anything can tell me who I am and what is my destiny, including something like human design that is intended to help. And so once I got that anger out, then I was like, okay, so what if this was what I came in with? And the whole point of my learning that is to let that go, not the whole identifying it by the label of human design. So that felt much better. And that is something I am ready to let go of, which is that just because I build something up, it'll be taken away or go away or fall apart.
Yes. Yeah.
So that I'm ready to let go of. And it was needing to get angry about that darn old human design identifier again. Yeah. And it's like, why, just because human design is popular doesn't mean that it's right for me. So in our break, I actually went online and watched a little video from Karen Curry Parker, and she was absolutely saying that, this is your own path. And it's tricky because these are guidelines, but they don't tell you how to move forward because that's your choice.
Yeah. Yeah. I love how she has matured in her work, and that it's a snapshot in time. Yeah. And yes, there are places in it where it's like, okay, it's kind of, well, and I'm going to say it's kind of like, it is exactly like astrology. because astrology, three different kinds of astrology play heavily into human design. But it's this idea of, okay, so this is these are like, this is like your DNA. Now, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
Are you just going to sit here and continue with and I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about the world.
Anyway.
You're going to just sit here and continue to mope because, oh darn, I had this happen. My cusp is on the crisp and whatever. Or are you going to go, interesting, all right, so my life work is this.
Well, I went to a retreat a few weeks ago, and there was something said about astrology that I had never really considered. It's obvious, but I hadn't thought of it. And that was, it's a snapshot of based on the time that you chose to be born. It's a snapshot of who you were coming in. It's not it can, astrology is much different than human design in that it continues to change as the planets change and everything else changes. But it helped me also realize with this, because in that class they also taught human design, not as well as you, Rosa.
Right. Well,
It was a little glimpse, not a deep dive, and I think the whole idea of any of these things to label people, I guess I'm really triggered with labels, apparently, because you look at people do kind of fit generally in different categories, and if I just look at that, then I'm comfortable with that. But I think I'm ready to let go of anybody, any book, any philosophy labeling me and believing it. I think that's what I'm ready to let go of. That's the mask I've been wearing.
Yeah, there's a term. Sophia's trying to bring it forward. It might actually come. Defining. That's the word. This is a, if we don't look at anything, then there's nothing to really play with or work with. We're just a blob of clay inside of the box. We've never even opened the Play-Doh.
Right.
And so human design and astrology and all there are 900 Briggs and whatever. There are 9 million things. This woman the other day, I'm doing a little teeny tiny class, and I'm gonna talk about archetypes. You need to go take this test and see what your archetype is. I'm like, okay. So that's getting the Play-Doh out on the thing.
Right.
And where we have grown to is, okay, my Play-Doh's out and I'm playing with it. You get your hands off of it. And you don't come in here, and I've got my thing all created and I think it's a puppy. You don't come in here and go say, you created a dragon.
Right.
No one. You're in a place where having an outside, and see, this is what we've done all this work here, is to understand that we are divine from the inside. And so we're taking all of this where we need to be defined by someone or something outside of us. And taking that mask off is like, I can just feel it. Yay!
Yeah. And that feels really good, Roz. And in the idea of the ancestors, I considered how my great grandmother, who I'm named after, she came over on a boat from Ireland and to the United States, and her life here was not beautiful, and my grandfather ended up in an orphanage, and just different things, and maybe that's the crash and burn that I came in with, the the hopes of a new life or a this or that. And maybe that's what's in my DNA that's ready to be released and heal my ancestor as well.
Yes, 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 yes. That, okay, we're going somewhere we hadn't intended to go, but part of the work that we do here is why should we have a good life when she didn't? She took all those risks that we haven't had to take. Oh God, I have goosebumps and tears. She risked everything for this dream, and it didn't materialize for her. Why the hell should we have everything? Now, I have an answer, but I just want to put the question out. Why should we have everything? Because that's why she got on the damn boat. She didn't know you existed except in spirit. And she wanted for her ancestors going forward to have the opportunity that she didn't have, and stepping on that boat was her saying, Kathleen, have a nice life. Almost, I'm going to say it, if it hits wrong, I apologize, but it feels like Sophia. Kathleen, I freaking died for you to have a nice life. It's your gift. I gave it to you. Pick it up and have it. Please. That's what it feels like. So again, if that hits bad, I'm sorry, I apologize. Wasn't meant to. But, oh my God, I love these walks. So Rita, hello.
Oh, hello. I had set the alarm. I went to bed early and so I'd wake up and
Well, it was perfect, because if you had come in first, Kathleen would have forgot all about the mask part.
yeah, I've
So
just
it was divine timing.
yes.
From everything we've said and so far, is there anything that you'd like to share at this point about what we're doing, or has anything come up for you yet?
Me.
Mhm.
Just I just woke up. I had an alarm, but it didn't go off.
Okay.
And yep. So
Yeah.
I thought, okay, I'll just go anyway. I can, rather than just not turn up. That just being here would, even for a little while, would be good.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yay. Well, we're glad. Well, we're going to do an intuitive art piece in just a minute, so you get some information. So interestingly, I did my walk down that path of that picture, and quite a lot came out of it. The mask that I'm giving up is the mask of desperation and having to help everyone, or feeling I have failed at my mission. As in, I'm not here to help everyone. One of the pieces that came for that was the path itself, because I'm just sitting here like I'm actually literally walking down it, and the path is wide enough, there's no way to wander off, but even the side where if you fell off it would be a ravine, there were trees right along the edge, so there's total protection. And then this side was kind of a hill, and as it gently went, all nice and padded, this beautiful path, there came a place where the side became very steep, and there were no leaves on it. this is the indicator that there are people who will not hear my message. They cannot hear my message. They are not ready for the message. And so they'll be all there. Not my job, not my responsibility. And it does not affect the path. So there's more and more and more, but the biggest piece was the first thing I did was, that in that picture, there's the sun and the rays coming through. I counted the rays and came up with 11. And I thought, that's interesting. So I wrote 11 rays. I don't know what it means. Then I went on with all the rest. So I have both numerology books behind me. And so when I turned around and picked up, first one I picked up, it was Alana Fairchild's book about numbers. And she so the number 1, and then she does, 1 with 1, 1 with 2, 1 with 3. So the 1 with 1, this is what it said. Because I'm moving my entire business, I don't know how everything is shaking out. It scares me to death. I don't feel Sophia Temple is going anywhere, but the focus of the business is going toward wealth and prosperity. It's part of who I am, and I'm kind of getting back to it. So that's kind of laying the foundation for what this said. The 11 rays. This is a highly spiritual cycle that relates directly to my life path and fulfillment of my potential this lifetime. And what it said to me was that this shift in focus is not going to, there will be nothing unspiritual about it. How can I be unspiritual? How can I not be spiritual in everything I do? But I needed reassurance of that. And it's exactly what I'm supposed to do. So that was huge. And I appreciate y'all being here for it. holding the space and for all of our individual walks. Anything anybody would like to share more at this point? Otherwise, let's pop out our intuitive art. And I'm feeling like does everybody feel like you're receiving a message from your guides versus asking a specific question?
That'd be awesome.
Okay. All right, let's do that. So we'll just, my message, yeah, because we're entering this new season, whether we're north or south, we're entering this new season. And so I want a message about the new season. I'm going to mute and let us all work here for a few minutes. How's everyone doing? Need another minute?
I'm back.
Great. Kathleen, you want to share yours?
Sure. So, here's my picture.
Oh,
Now, I don't know if you can tell there's a window back here.
okay.
When we first moved into this house, we don't have fences here. Well, we have one back fence, but on either side, we don't have fences. And our neighbor pointed out that the one of the previous owners planted trees right on the property lines. So that was the property line. And but she said she felt that since they were planted by somebody who owned this house, that this particular tree was ours. It was horrible looking, and it's a cherry tree that's not a fruiting cherry tree, ornamental. And she initially told me that, you know, it was dead and it needed to be removed. And it's right in front of their kitchen window where they look out all winter long, where there's like 3 feet of snow and this dead tree coming out from it. Right. So every time I went out to prune it, she would come out and want to help. And I'd kind of just find my way back in my house because I just really didn't want help. I know how to prune trees, and I kind of like to talk to the branches and ask them if they're ready to go. And I just didn't want anybody there. So that happened like 3 times the first year. So I never got it really pruned because she kept wanting to help. And I'll get you a ladder and I'll get you this tool. And have you considered removing this? And then that first winter, I didn't know it, but her mother died. And this was what she was looking at through the COVID winter out her window. And it really, the next year, she just really expressed to me how sad it was for her to look at this dead, dying tree. And I had been giving the tree love, but one day when she was gone, I had before the first winter, I had actually started to take it down, and the tree talked to me and it said, "I'm alive." And so I started looking at it, and I said, "I know you're alive, and she really doesn't like you. And you know, what do you think?" And it said, "Well, you can make me look better." And so anyway, the next year she still complained about the tree. This year, when I was trimming the branches after the fall, it's looking pretty good. I mean, this is actually what it looks like now. And it I don't think she'll ever be happy with it. And the truth is, I really like this tree. And even though she's looking at it and it's unpleasant to her, it gives me great joy. And so it was just a message to me about whatever it is that I'm doing. It really doesn't matter what somebody else who looks at it thinks. And I mean, this is so basic and simple. You learn this as a kid, but I think I've gotten wrapped up a little bit in the idea of presenting something in a way that somebody looks at it and they care about it the way that I do. And that's just not going to happen. So just go along and do what I'm going to do. And I'll tell you what, that tree looks beautiful right now, even with just its one little leaf left. So to me, looks beautiful. So I think that's just the message to me moving forward in this next season is just create. It's not even about creating, it's about sculpting things the way that I desire them to be, and talk to those things that I love and hear what they have to say back to me.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. I mean, your drawing is gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
With your one little leaf. Oh, Phyllis, what'd you come up with?
All right, so I sat even though it was a little hard and I wanted like, do I draw a rainbow? I'm asking these questions. I'm nope, we're gonna sit and be patient. And so I have a new, like, kind of
Ooh.
abstract for me. I first drew this this thing.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
they're waves and the color has to do with insight.
Oh,
So I think getting waves of insight
yeah.
is part of it. Then I think I drew this next, these waves going down, and
Mhm.
that's in red, which is powerful and strong.
Okay.
And then the circle, I think I went around like 6 or 7 times. That is blue, heartfelt joy.
Mm.
So I'm open for interpretation because I usually don't do this kind of drawing.
To me, what I like is it's as if the red, the power and all is grounded.
Mhm.
And it's up there kind of connected with the waves of insight. So you're and the fact that the waves of insight, go past your circle and your joy. So that's kind of on a continuum. But the pieces that come into this bubble, your red power and all is grabbing them and grounding them so that they're usable. So that's what I'm getting from it.
Nice, thank you.
Kathleen, did you see something?
Yeah, I see a portal. Sort of
Ah,
from our meditation that you did when we were in that room, and that's an energy space that you can go in and out of to make changes in the past or the future.
Mm.
ooh, I love that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Rita, did you get a drawing today that you want to share? Oh, you're muted. Gotta unmute.
I can't hear you, Rita.
Right. Now we're
There
ready.
you go. Yay.
Uh,
Technology will not defeat Rita.
the Grace Circle,
Mhm.
and I sat for a little while because I didn't know what I wanted to do or
Mhm.
what questions or anything like that. I just felt like stopping and doing it without thinking too much. And so I've got at the circle with the grey, which I feel is a centering sort of thing. And the next was the yellow being positive and joyous at the same time, with the heart coming, and it's part of that circle.
Mhm.
And there's white light going out from the circle and the heart.
Mm.
With the white, you can't see it properly, but yeah, and it's interesting for me. It's fairly simple. It's just there, and I like it, and I think it's where I'm going in the heart and centering and sharing
Mhm.
my spirituality.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. It's very powerful.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, sorry I was late. A bit late.
Roz, did you already give us yours? You did. That's right. No, you did not. Oh,
You're
now you're
muted.
muted, Roz.
Oh,
You're still muted, Roz. We can't hear you.
All right, technology has overwhelmed Roz today. So a green heart and emerald, which is growing. And then this felt like it wanted to be a luminoscape, but then my hand drew the circle. So, okay, whatever. But that's in malachite. And malachite has all sorts of extended meanings. So for this one, it's, which is interesting, abundance, a healed heart, protection, and vision. So that was kind of cool. And then I got one of my, trademark pyramids, which for me is kind of like what I'm building. And it's in salmon, which is a combination of orange and pink. So it's love, but it's not ooey gooey love. It's that strong tower. So to me, it's like, this is what I'm building. And then surrounding all of it, I actually wrote the word that's an aura, is the blue of the piece. So that felt pretty good. The heart piece is growing, and I love how the heart that's growing is totally connected to where we're going and what we're building, and it's connected by this circle. Which is continuous, abundance and healing and all the others. So felt really, really good. So if y'all see anything, I'm open to interpretations. Feels pretty good. All right, cool. So I'm going to close the records and invite you to consider your diamonds, and I'll be right back. Beautiful. This has been so much fun. So who'd like to share their diamond first?
I will.
All righty.
Mine is this, what I was ready to let go of, which is trying to figure it out.
Yeah. I love it. Yes. Kathleen?
My diamond is finally acknowledging that I don't like labels and I won't hold on to them anymore when they're placed on me.
We're not going to stick baby in a corner.
No. And by the way, I did actually see something in your drawing.
Oh,
I think of the triangle as a pyramid, which is power to me, and the heart, and there was a ring connecting them for you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I love it. I'll accept it. Rita, what's your diamond?
that I'm here.
Yeah. Yay. And we are so blessed to have you here.
That was actually a big thing for me, because I just woke up and looked at the time. I thought, oh no, I've done that again. I might as well just come along anyway. I'm awake.
Glad you did.
Yes, we are so thrilled.
Yeah.
Speaking of time, I will mention it that we will move our time next Saturday night. So for our next, what is that going to be? Probably new moon. We will probably be a difference in time, Rita. So I'll try to remember to put the time thing in there so you can click it and make sure. But so we're falling back to normal time next week. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't ever know if I like it or not. I don't like the change. My body does not like this flipping back and forth. One or the other would be fine. My body doesn't really care which it is, but the flipping bothers it. Princesses have things. So, all right. Knowing that we have moved a boatload of energy, it has been fun and delightful. and be sure to load up on water. What do I say? Energy work is thirsty work. And you know, whatever you're being called to do, you may want to actually take another physical walk or more tapping or whatever, as we continue with the pause until sundown. So we're still we had a great time here, and we're still in the middle of this beautiful open portal. So thank you for bringing that word forward, Kathleen, because we're in this portal. So as we close our circle here, I'm going to thank all of our guides, all those who love us unconditionally for joining us here, all of our sisters, my sweet ones here live, all of you who are here energetically. We honor you. We are ancestors in the making. It'll be our turn to be ancestors one day. And right now, we're just going to have all the fun that our ancestors desired for us to have. So as we return energy, taking a deep breath in, energy that belongs to someone else, we return with love and consciousness to sender. Any energy we stirred up, oh my Lord, all of these masks, they are energy that we have let go of and released. We're going to return all of that energy back to source, where it can be reverted and transmuted into love. Deep breath in. Release it all. Shake it off. Woo! All right. Now, calling all of our energy back, our authentic selves that hasn't had room to be in our field because we had all this other stuff. So we've now made room for it. So calling it back, deep breath in. Sensing, feeling, knowing it's riding your breath. Again. Sensing, feeling, knowing that it is settling in right where it belongs. And one final time. Ending in a hug. And sharing with that energy that has returned to your field. I see you. I feel you. I hear you. I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And a deep breath in. And it is with great joy that I declare our beautiful Sophia Temple Circle complete. Namaste, my friends. Bye-bye.
Namaste.